I'm telling you, the world is not ready for all the things that have been hidden from us for hundreds of years. Everything I show you in this short video is 1000% fact. So don't get mad at the messenger because your history teachers lied to you. Let's start. Fact 1. Did you know that all the islands and all the continents moved out of their place to new places? California used to be an island. The continents did kind of look like Pangea. They were all very close together. And some major cataclysm happening, separating everything from itself. Fact 2. Did you know the stars did indeed fall from heaven? They say it happened in the 1800s, but if you know, then you know our civilization started in 1776. Or right about then, and when this happened, every eye in the world saw it. Fact 3. Did you know that all of our railroad tracks were discovered meters under the mud and dirt and go all the way from South America to the up northernmost tip of everything? Do you get it? Yep, the same place the auroras come from. Yep, the same place with Rupus Nigra in the 4 quadrants of land. The place where Google Maps will kick you off. Oh, and by the way, did you know that probably the second most anticipated character of the entire Bible in the book of Daniel traveled to this North Mountain? Guy wanted to be like God. Yeah, I know, I gotta leave you guys on a cliff. Look, I'm working on literally a 3-hour video with every literal detail that was hidden in our past. All lining up completely with the Bible and every single book of the Bible. And I think I'll finally be done with it the first Monday of February. Yeah, you see it, your eyes aren't deceiving you. Last part of the plug, then we'll get back to fact number 4. Make sure you're following me on Facebook for updates and the full movie will be on YouTube. Yes, everything was melted in our near past. Fact 4. And I surely mean everything. You'll find melted buildings, melted rocks, melted canyons all over the earth. Why isn't that in the history books? This one's actually pretty scary. Fact 5. Did you know that the Mount of Olives was in fact splitted exactly half a mile to Azel? Even more so, they built in the crack of the Mount Olives after 1800. They just filled it up. Because this, my friends, was Jerusalem in the 1800s. It looks like something massive had taken place right here. By the way, did you know that Nero Caesar demanded worship as God, and if you didn't do it, he would unalive you? And quite literally, all of Jerusalem was desecrated and destroyed in 70 AD. What are we at, fact 6 now? Did you know that the whole entire earth after the melting caught fire and destroyed all the buildings everywhere? Just look around me. Stick with me, they're only facts. Where are we at, fact 7? Did you know that the sun went dark for literally 18 months? Again, the date, 536 AD. But in the history of wars, they wrote that men were free neither from death nor pestilence nor any kind of anything bad for this whole time it went dark. Like the whole time the sun went dark, there was massive tribulation on all the people. Scientists now try to say it was volcanoes, but this does not match historical records, as the sun was dark everywhere in the earth at that time. And if you're curious to why I never trust their dates, we have caught these people in the act adding 1,000 or 500 years to buildings. Straight up slopping on another 1,000 years. Look, I have been studying eschatology, history, and archaeology for over 13 years, and I've come to find that Google changes its mind all the time. But one thing that is forever are statues and buildings, even if they change them. Yes, the shackle is broken off the statue of Lucifer's foot. If you made it this far, well done. This kind of information is very hard for people to stomach. And look, it was for me too, but we're not even close to done yet. I still have 200 more facts to give you along with every book of the Bible, so stay tuned.
This was not a flood in the classic sense, where water rises from the bottom up. Today, the landscape is frozen in waves of mud and clay, as if a giant wave of solid matter washed over the city and hardened. This gigantic mass of clay and mud did not just bury an already abandoned city. It collapsed on it suddenly, covering it along with all its inhabitants, burying them alive in an instant. This was not the aftermath of a battle. This was the battle itself. A battle of man against an element he could not win. The people whose remains are now slowly being exposed by rain and wind were not victims of war, but victims of a cataclysm that instantly turned their thriving city into a mass grave. These bones in the clay walls of Kiva are irrefutable evidence. They prove that the event documented by artists thousands of kilometers away was not just a flood or a landslide. but a deadly force that destroyed everything in its path.
They told us the New York subway was built in the early 1900s, but the deeper you dig, the stranger it gets. Entire levels sealed off. Stations built with ornate stone arches and chandeliers, far too beautiful for something meant only for transit. And then, the rumors, underground tunnels that no blueprint accounts for. Old maps that hint at vast chambers below the city. Even stories of buried levels already there before the modern subway was laid. What if these weren't built from scratch, but uncovered? In Tartarian times, underground systems weren't sewers or subways. They were extensions of energy grids. Tunnels that moved air, water, and even frequency. Networks designed to keep entire cities in harmony. When the resets came, the upper world was rewritten, and the underground was sealed off. Some tunnels repurposed for trains. Others left in silence. New York isn't alone. Paris, London, Moscow, all hold forgotten layers. Beneath our feet lies the blueprint of another world, one we were never meant to remember.
So around the world, they're discovering these Roman-era mosaics underground. This one's in Italy, but then in other places of the world, they're finding them too. This one's in Croatia. I believe it's Croatia. I mean, they're underground. They built buildings and stuff on top of this. I think this is London. There's more. Like, just in the city, they're just underground. And look at the detail of it. And the more they dig, the more they find them. How long does it take to lay these tiles? Like in Turkey here, even right on the water, even under the water, they're there. Does that say something about sea level, I guess? Climate change, or that won't be climate change. Well, whatever you think. Then in Syria too. So they're scattered around. I mean, and these are like Roman era tiles. They're pretty cool design. In Morocco, this one's detailed. And this one is deep.
A multitude of 16th and 15th century maps clearly show the island of California and San Francisco, which according to the narrative do not exist. The island of California sat 50 miles off the coast of San Francisco. It was a barrier of protection against the Pacific Ocean for San Francisco. As we know San Francisco today, looking west, there is no barrier island of California. Swept away and destroyed by an event that also stranded over 1,000 ships in San Francisco Bay for over 150 years. That event was a 9.5 magnitude earthquake called Cascadia 1700, with its epicenter at the northern tip of the island of California. A tsunami was unleashed and traveled across the Pacific and hit Japan, as well as sending a 75-foot high waves from the tsunami traveling down the west coast. It lasted 5 minutes. That is why the island of California does not show up on any maps after the 1700s. This is evidenced by the 1850 discovery of 1,000 abandoned ships in San Francisco Bay. Too rotted out and too old to move or salvage, they had to burn all the ships in the Great Fire of 1851. As the narrative goes, 1,000 captains and crew on 1,000 ships deserted it just for the prospect of finding gold.
The Flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni, and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Eddie Alenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.